6.5 hours. But I'll stream like 7 hours. And one last thing I want to do. So that concludes the London trip. Thanks for watching. WTF did you just open? Oh, I don't know. One final thing I want to show, and this, we're not going to do any coding, we're not going to do anything, but I want to do a very, very short update on the tracker, just very briefly, before we actually get started. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Epic stuff. Basically, most of today, I've been working on a feature that actually... yeah, but basically most of the day I spent on something and completely messed up. I had to revert some stuff, but then more towards the last hour today, where I was working on it, I actually, yeah, managed to get the features implemented. So it was still really, really good progress today. And now watch this. Look at this. I don't know what the exact last thing I showed was, but this is how the tracker looks currently. I will add a feature that when you zoom out and pan around, or especially when you zoom in and out, you can lock the items. Why does it not work? Wait, what? Hello? Yeah, the roll chest doesn't work. That is not implemented yet. Ignore that. Oh, Nightbot is just dead. Okay, Nightbot is just dead. The roll chest, I'll rework that when I have time. I tried to do some stuff on the phone while I was in Denmark. So ignore the roll chest for now. I will get that to work. Yeah, Nightbot is gone apparently. Dashboard. What are you doing? Nightbot online. What? Commands. Why is Nightbot down? What? I don't even know. F6. Nightbot doesn't do anything. I actually don't know. Dashboard. Nightbot. Leave channel. Join channel. Nightbot online. Randomizers. Okay. Just had to refresh it. Sorry about that. Nightbot is by far the most consistent bot when it comes to not randomly leaving the channel. Basically, I want to whenever you zoom, you can see how the items rearrange to the window size. I will make a small button down here that you can lock it, and it will kind of save the position where the icons were, because right now zooming in and out, it's really annoying. It's rearranges constantly. So that's something I'll make. But you can see we have advancements up here. We have statistics. We have custom goals. We have multi-stage goals. This is obviously all from the template. And now watch this. Boom! Full settings window with where you can put the save path. Super crazy stuff. This is all from the ImGUI. You can change the save path. Whatever you do here, change it to the April Fool's snapshot. You can change. So it already has 1 to 21.9 here. I've made the code that there's exactly one spot where you always have to add a new version when a new version comes out. So full drop-down menu, I can select craft mine, select the category, select a separate naming as well. And then if I apply, it applies all the changes. You can keep the settings window open and still move around. It's super crazy. You can also collapse the settings window. With escape, you can close it, you can open it, blah, blah, blah. And you have the settings to change the FPS, right? Super chill. You can also double click and change it like this. Overlay scroll speed currently doesn't matter because the overlay is still not animated. Then you can change the tracker background color. Boom, apply. Oh boy. You can change the overlay color. Boom, it changes this. You can change the text color. Be black. Boom. And this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So yeah, you basically apply. Obviously, if you do always on top, the window will disappear. If you turn it off, if you want to have the window always on top, you apply that. The goal align left currently doesn't do anything. But remove completed goals, that's one of the most important. If you turn it off, it will also show everything that is incomplete. You can also reset back to default, apply that, and now it reset everything back to default with the default path. Also, if you put a wrong path and apply, it will know that the path was wrong and automatically go to default on the auto path. So you have to put a path that is correct, right? Super, super cool. And yeah, basically the most important part is remove this, apply, and this is what I've been working on today, the statistics tab for the stat categories. You have the full manual override, so wherever there's a checkbox, by the way, the progress only displays up here so far, but any statistic you can update manually by clicking like the checkbox, right? Or you can manually override parts of it. It will show the half done texture. You can see how the progress overrides. This was so much work to get this work in. It also communicates with the settings file the entire time, but that doesn't matter. So you can either complete it manually, it's like sneak time, or you overwrite everything. And the check mark only displays for what has been overwritten manually. It's super convenient. I'll show more when like I'm actually using the tracker, but yeah. You can either complete this through like the actual statistic, or you can override it manually. Obviously the counter still works, you can count up. It will display as like the half done texture whenever the counter is like not 0, but not the goal. If I count all the way up to 100, I'm using a custom hotkey. These you can completely configure as well. Well, not right now. The settings window will have like a second column here, or like below. I'll have to see how to do that. Where you'll be able to build such a template and configure the hotkeys. Currently, there's no way to configure the hotkeys. You have to do that in the settings file manually. And then, as soon as I reach to 100, it displays as the fully completed texture. I can also count forever. This counter has no goal, which is why it only displays the regular value in the parentheses here. Right-click or like middle mouse button to pan around, zoom wheel. Again, I'm gonna make this layout lockable, so it's like easier to navigate. Or else it's a little annoying. But yeah, count forever, and yeah, this is like the half-done texture, and it only ever completes if you complete it manually, because this counter has no goal, right? It resets back to 1 if it's manually completed. And then this is just a toggle. This has no other way of completing it. This is something you have to manually complete. You can see there's like a checkmark symbol. This is all rendered with vectors, actually. Super crazy stuff. Obviously, all of these check marks adapt to the text colors. If I make this red, apply, boom, all of these check marks, they all render with the text color. Everything renders with the text color. Right, super crazy stuff. Obviously, also the text on the overlay also renders with the text color. So that's the update so far. You have a lot of configuration here. It's super intuitive. You can also change the values individually here. It's insane, honestly. Wow. And this is also easy because of the ImGUI. This is a C++ framework for game development. And as I said, this is still rendered with SDL. This is still a different rendering engine. I'll probably start working on this tomorrow. I have a few more things I want to implement here. And then, yeah, I want to fix the check boxes a little bit more. And then also start working on a little display somewhere that tells you that escape is for the settings. And I want to have a lock layout button down here. That when you click it, so like you can zoom in and out. Basically, you can zoom out to like this layout. Then you click the button, and it will keep all these icons at their spot. And then when you zoom in, they don't rearrange. That makes the tracker like well to navigate, because currently when you zoom in, the icons constantly rearrange to the window size, and so it's like really difficult to zoom into something specific. So obviously, that's something I'll work on. And yeah, all the settings, the way you've chosen them, will get saved. Hello, can you close? Yeah, all the settings, the way you set them, will get saved. I'll also make a button to reset the layout. That's something I want to do. Yeah, and there's no issues whatsoever. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, the tracker's really getting somewhere with a fully fledged settings window. This will have to be animated, but this is going to be relatively easy to do once as this is all done. If obviously remove, so completed goals will display with like a more faded out text, which you might be able to see on the adventuring time. Yeah, you can't really see it. Difficult with this color. We do black, it's easy to tell. Yeah, it's like faded out a little bit. There's some stuff I need to work on. Back our background, make it dark, make the text color bright. Oh, this fade isn't happening anymore. Okay, that's something I need to fix. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. This fade is happening. Right here, the savanna biome. Yeah, I'm stupid. I thought I had adventuring time somehow fully complete. Yeah, the savanna, for example, is what is completed. And so it's like faded out. No, that works. And obviously, if you do remove completed goals, the savanna is gonna disappear. Boom. Very cool, very cool. So that's getting very intuitive. I'll lock the layout so you can zoom better. And then animate this. But hopefully by like start of next week, I'll have a beta release for you guys to test. Should work on Windows, Linux, and Mac. It's gonna be so hype. So yeah, very good progress on that as well. And hope you guys are excited. Oh my god. I've built a tracker that can track as much as you want. Oh my god. It's pretty hype. It's pretty hype. It's pretty hype.